The Trump administration is taking on a practice commonly known as birth tourism. Effective Friday, the State Department will no longer issue temporary visitor visas to some applicants. They say the visas will be denied if they find out the primary reason the applicant wishes to come to the U.S. is for birth tourism. That's when a pregnant foreign national travels here to ensure that their children are born on American soil. That would automatically make their children American citizens. 39 countries are exempted, most of them in Europe. Joining me now from Los Angeles is Annaluisa Padilla. She is the president of the American Immigrant Lawyers Association. What was your reaction when you first heard this news?
Hi, good to be with you. I was completely appalled. I can't believe that this administration continues to create what I call tantrum policies, to create an invisible wall to exclude foreign visitors to the United States. And this is exactly what this is. This is just another policy to exclude targeted individuals, in this case women, from visiting the United States. And they have no basis, no substantive basis as to why they're doing this.
You said no substantive basis. The State Department doesn't really have a number on how many babies are born in the U.S. Due to this birth tourism. They're estimating thousands of children. There has been some reporting from the Associated Press that it's sort of a cottage industry. There are brokers who put everything together for these women, some traveling from Russia, others from China, Nigeria, just to name a few of the countries. How big an issue is this?
Right. I mean, so the Department of State is trying to gather figures, that are floating out there from everywhere to justify this policy. But the reality is that it's just a policy to target, again, a certain class of individuals, which is what we saw with the initial ban, targeting Muslims to be excluded from the United States. There is really no particular and specific data that will substantiate what they're doing. And so they're gathering reports, they're gathering, hearsay reports of what's happening and using that to exclude women. I think that the point here is that right now there is no law that takes into consideration women's reproductive choices to visit the United States. So they're coming with a policy to try to exclude women. And as you noted, because it applies to certain countries, it is going to apply to women of color. And that is just appalling.
I was trying to find figures. I said the State Department didn't have them. I found that the Center for Immigration Studies, which is definitely not an impartial group, they want tougher immigration laws. They say back in 2012, 36,000 foreign-born women gave birth in the United States. Do you think that's accurate? And also, is this basically an effort just to feed his base, do you think, Trump?
It is definitely to feed his base. I mean, we are coming into years like for an election. You see the impeachment proceeding going. He has to appeal to his base. He has to secure his votes, and this is what we're doing. And the Center for Immigration Studies, as you mentioned, is certainly an organization that wants to restrict immigration in all ways, but particularly legal immigration. I mean, let's keep in mind that, again, this is legal immigration. These are individuals, these are women that are coming to the Department of State to get a tourist visa. There are valid reasons why they should be getting a tourist visa, and they're trying to come up with any reason to reject this, and the figures that the CAS, puts out, I would question those. Where are those figures coming? Are those really accurate or not? I don't even think that they are accurate. So again, they're trying to gather anything that they can to come up with a policy to restrict and build an invisible wall to come to the United States.
One other thing the State Department is saying, and I want to get your thoughts on this, they say that birth tourism poses risks to national security.
Right. Right. A pregnant woman is definitely a risk to the United States. Again, you're making statements that have no substantive basis. If you're going to make a statement that something is a national security, give me data, give me figures, give me reasons. What is happening? Is a pregnant woman going to commit a crime in the United States? Is this what's happening? Do we have now criminal women, pregnant women running around and scaring people and endangering individuals and the national security of the United States? Come on, please, So where is this coming? Again, it is just a policy to continue this trend that we've seen from day one from this administration to build invisible walls to restrict the number of immigrants that come to the United States, whether visiting or legally. This is legal immigration, and they're trying to look for a way to restrict it.
Quickly, if you can, we're going to see legal challenges.
Absolutely. Absolutely, you're going to see legal challenges. As I mentioned, there is no law restricting women from coming to the United States based on their reproductive choices, and this is not going to pass muster. This is gender discrimination. There's international laws. The Constitution protects, women, and so this is the administration specifically targeting women for exclusion of the United States. You bet that there will be court challenges to this.
Annaluisa, thanks so much for your time joining us from Los Angeles. Really appreciate it.